Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And greetings to our respected lecturer for Human Physiology subject, Prof. MADYA Dr. NABILAH binti Ibrahim. We are from Group A. My name is Dayana binti Muhammad Yusri, branch numbers AE190111, and I'll presenting kidney organ is my chosen human organ for this project. So first, what is kidney and what is its function? So the kidneys are two bean-shaped organs, as you can see here, which responsible for filtering minerals from the blood, maintaining overall fluid balance, excreting waste products, and regulating blood volume, to name a few. The kidneys are very important organs in the body. About 1/3 of all blood leaving the heart passes into the kidneys for filtration before being pumped to the cells and tissues of the body. Next, what will happen if the kidney fails to function? When the kidneys malfunction, or if they stop working, which is kidney failure, it may lead to various complications such as fluid retention that can lead to edema or swelling of the extremities, pulmonary edema or fluid in the lungs, hyperkalemia or increased potassium levels in the blood, anemia, heart disease, and pericarditis, among others. So where the kidneys located? So the kidneys are located on either side of the spine in the retroperitoneal space. The left kidney is situated a little higher than the right one because of the liver on the right side of the abdominal cavity above the right kidney. So how the kidney is supplied? The kidneys are supplied with blood by the renal arteries. There are major branches of the abdominal aorta. These enter and divide into multiple levels to form a highly specialized and uniform network of afferent arterioles that then form the specialized capillary beds called the glomeruli. Each glomerulus forms one component of a nephron. The capillaries then merge again to form the afferent arterioles. In the outer cortex, these afferent arterioles twine around the tubules to form a peritubular network. In the inner third of the cortex and medulla, the peritubular network is replaced by long straight branches called the vasa recta. The filtered blood travels through the left and right renal veins, which empty into the inferior vena cava to reach the heart. So in conclusion, overall, the kidneys perform several important functions related to the homeostatic control of the extracellular fluid. The kidneys plays a dominant role in regulating both the volume and composition of the extracellular fluid. They function to ensure that the body maintains a homeostatic internal environment. So please do take care of our kidney organ properly. So that's all from me. Next, I'll pass to my friend. Thank you.
Hi, my name is SHAUNMHAATHY KALIDASS. My metric number DE190092. For this project, required to design a human organ. So I designed a human organ using an Adobe Illustrator that you can see in the here. I use the Adobe Illustrator to design the liver. Okay, this is the liver. Liver is the largest internal organ in our body. Okay, there is a right loop, a left loop, and between the right and left loop there is a falciform ligament. This is a gallbladder. Okay, the function of the gallbladder is stored the bile until needed for the fat digestion. Okay, the liver produces bile, and the bile is important because it breaks down the fat into smaller droplets so it can be easily absorbed in the digest tract. Okay, the liver is also a great detoxifier. For example, it detoxifies alcohol and converts some fat-soluble toxin into a water-soluble form, which can then be eliminated in urine. The liver synthesizes blood-clotting protein, blood plasma protein, and transport protein that carry fat and fat-soluble vitamins. It also produces several hormones and take part in breaking down and eliminating excess hormones. The liver take parts in breaking down, recycling the red blood cell, and I could go on, but I think you probably get the point that liver has many important functions. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Greetings to Dr. Nabilah. My name is SHARVESWARY and my matrix number is AE190112. Today I would like to present about the human organ I have chosen for this project. For the project I have chosen lungs and I used GL application to create my model. From the model I have created, we can see there is a pair of lungs and trachea. The lungs are a pair of spongy air-filled organ located on either side of thorax. The trachea conducts inhaled air into the lungs through its tubercular branches called bronchi. The bronchi then divides into smaller and smaller branches, which is known as bronchioles, finally becoming microscopic. The bronchioles eventually end in clusters of microscopic air sacs called alveoli. In the alveoli, oxygen from the air is absorbed into the blood. Carbon dioxide, a waste product of metabolism, travels from the blood to the alveoli, where it can be exhaled. Between the alveoli is a thin layer of cells called the interstitium, which contains blood vessels and the cells that support the alveoli. The lungs are covered by a thin tissue layer called the pleura. The thin layer of fluid acts as a lubricant, allowing the lungs to slip smoothly as they expand and contract with each breath. Lungs are important organ in respiratory system. Lung and respiratory system allow oxygen in the air to be taken into the body while letting the body get rid of carbon dioxide. When we breathe in, the diaphragm moves downward towards the abdomen and the rib muscles pull the ribs upwards and outward. This makes the chest cavity bigger and pulls air through the nose or mouth in the lungs. In exhalation, the diaphragm moves upward and the chest wall muscles relax, causing the chest cavity to get smaller and push air out of the respiratory system through the nose or mouth. With each inhalation, air fills a large portion of the millions of alveoli. In a process called diffusion, oxygen moves from the alveoli to the blood through the capillaries lining the alveolar walls. Whilst in bloodstream, oxygen gets picked up by the hemoglobin in the red blood cell. The oxygen-rich blood flows back to the heart, which pumps it through the arteries to oxygen-needing tissues throughout the body. In the tiny capillaries of the body tissues, oxygen is freed from the hemoglobin and moves into the cells. Carbon dioxide moves out of the cells in the capillaries, where most of it dissolves in the plasma of the blood. Blood rich in carbon dioxide then returns to the heart via the veins. From the heart, this blood is pumped to the lungs, where carbon dioxide passes it into the alveoli to be exhaled. With that, I thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURSYAHIDA binti KAMAL, my matrix number CE190101. So I choose the abdominal organ, or it's called stomach. For me, to convey what a stomach is. The stomach is the muscular organ that retrieves food entering after they travel down the esophagus. The stomach releases enzymes and acid to help digest food. It contracts and churns, turning stomach contents into partially digested substance. It's called chyme. Chyme passes from the stomach through the pyloric sphincter into the small intestine, where it is further digested. So there is the stomach and other function in stomach. First, esophagus. Esophagus is the muscular tube through which food passes from the throat to the stomach. Second, esophagus sphincter. Esophagus sphincter is a high pressure zone that lies at the transition of the pharynx and the cervical esophagus. Third is rugae. Rugae are folds into the stomach lining and surface epithelial cells, specialized mucous cells of the neck, and mucous cells in the glands also secrete mucin, a high molecular weight glycoprotein. And next, stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped organ that digests food. It produces enzymes, which is substance that create chemical reaction, and acids, which is the digestive juice. This mix of enzymes and digestive juice breaks down food so it can pass to your small intestine, and our stomach is a part of the gastrointestinal, which is GI tract. And lastly, pyloric sphincter. At the bottom of the stomach is a muscular valve that opens to allow food to pass from the stomach to the top of the small intestine. That's all. Thank you.
My turn to present the design of the heart organ. So, what is the heart organ? The heart is the primary organ of our circulatory system and pumps blood throughout our body. our brain and nervous system direct our heart function. The heart contains 4 main sections: chamber, made of a muscular and powered by electrical impulse. So what does the heart diagram look like? So we can see here, our heart main function is to move blood throughout our body. Our heart also controls the rate and speed of our heart, maintain our heart healthy. Our heart works with other body system to control heart rate and other body function. The primary system are nervous system, endocrine system. So, what are the part of the heart anatomy? The part of our heart are like the part of a house. Our heart has wall, chamber, valve, blood vessel, and electrical conduction system. So, we go to the heart part. Heart wall are the muscles that contract, squeeze, and relax to send blood throughout our body. A layer of muscular tissue called the centum divide our heart walls into the left and right side. So, heart wall have a 3 layer: endocardium, inner layer, myocardium, muscular middle layer, and epicardium, protective outer layer. So we go to the heart chamber. Our heart divide into 4 chambers. We have 2 chambers on the top, atrium, pleural artery, and 2 of the bottom, ventricles, 1 of each side of the heart. We can see atrium, 2 layers, 1 of each side of the heart. Right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. Heart valve. So, the heart like door between your heart chamber. They open and close to allow blood to flow through. The atrioventricular AV valve open between your upper and lower heart chamber. They include tricuspid valve, mitral valve, and aortic valve, and also pulmonary valve. Blood vessel. Our heart pump blood through 3 types of arteries, veins, and capillaries. Our heart receives nutrients through a network of the heart. These arteries run along our heart surface. They serve the heart itself. That's all. Thank you.